Hey again guys, LubricatedSnake here with another Cyberpunk 2077 video. Today I'm going to show you my sniper build. With this build you'll be able to just ping them and sit back and take them out. Watch this. They don't even know where I am.
Subject refusing.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Rifles with their massive power and deadly accuracy make them the ideal weapon to choose in long-range engagements. And tech variants of snipers, their wall and armor-piercing capabilities makes it all the better. But enough about that, let's get to the equipment. My favorite weapon for this build would have to be Breakthrough, the iconic sniper rifle. It's a variant of the Nekomata sniper rifle by Tsunami Arms, and you can obtain the blueprint for this weapon by completing the organized crime event in Ranchero Coronado. Another weapon I would recommend would be the Widowmaker precision rifle, and you can obtain that by doing Pan Am's questline. For armor you can wear pretty much whatever you want, however I'd make sure it's legendary and has 3 slots. You want to make sure to have a Deadeye, Fortuna, and Bully mod, at least one of each. Besides those, you're going to want to make sure you stack the rest of your armor with epic tier armadillo mods to maximize your armor. If you guys are interested in how to re-roll items to get max amount of slots, to turn them from epic to legendary, or to obtain mods for your armor, I'll have a video linked in the description explaining some of that. For the rifle build, you're also going to want to make sure to have the neoplastic plating in your projectile launch system, which I have here. That will increase your crit chance by 10%. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get into the perks. Now of course when starting off I recommend to get Cold Blood. It's honestly such a good perk tree that it finds its way into most of my builds. You're going to want to at least get 1 point in there to get it passively leveling up as you progress through the game. You can choose what you want to increase from there, but out of the Cold Blood tree we're going to grab Cold and Calculating, so that every time we get a critical hit there's a 25% chance to get another stack of Cold Blood. Coldest Blood to increase the stack amount by 1. Critical Condition to increase the duration of Cold Blood by 10 seconds. Pain is an Illusion to lower damage taken by 5% while Cold Blood is active. Unbreakable to increase the stack amount by another 1. Defensive Clotting to increase armor by 20% for every stack of Cold Blood. Frozen Precision to increase headshot damage by 50%. And finally we have Merciless, which this is going to be our dump stat. Basically all your extra points pump into Merciless to increase your crit chance and crit damage. If we go to the stealth tree here, we're only going to grab a few. We're going to go ahead and get Cheat Death just to give us that 50% damage mitigation when our health drops below 50%. We're going to grab Strike from the Shadows to give us that boosted crit chance while we're sneaking. Sniper to increase damage from headshots fired outside of combat by 50%. And Assassin for the flat 15% bonus damage to human enemies. I use the ping quick hack on this build so that you can see enemies through walls. Therefore you go into the intelligence tree here, and I actually use I Spy to reveal netrunners that are hacking me, as well as Forget Me Not to recover my RAM as I am killing people. If we go up to reflexes into our assault tree, we're going to go ahead and get Named Bullets to increase crit damage with our rifles by 35%, Duck Hunter to increase rifle damage to moving enemies by 20%. Bullseye to increase rifle damage while aiming by 10%. Trench Warfare to increase rifle damage by 10% when firing from behind cover. Bullet Jock to increase damage with rifles by 10%. Savage Stoic to increase damage with rifles by 35% when standing still. Nerves of Steel to increase headshot damage with sniper rifles and precision rifles by 30%. Covering Killshot to increase crit chance with rifles by 20% when firing from behind cover. Executioner to deal 25% more damage with rifles to enemies whose health is above 50%. And Long Shot that increases your damage by an unspecified amount the further you are from your enemies. Crafting is a tree that once again you can spec into until you reach max level and you have your optimal equipment. At that point, you can use a tabula rasa on yourself and move all of these points into Merciless to give you more critical damage and chance. But we've got Waste Not Want Not. When disassembling items you get mods back. That's for farming mods to put into our equipment. True Craftsman to allow us to craft rare items. Grease Monkey to allow us to craft epic items. Cutting Edge to improve the damage and all damage related stats of crafted weapons by 5%. Edge Runner Artisan to allow us to craft legendary items. Field Technician, which gives all of our crafted weapons an additional 5% damage. Ex Nihilo to give us a 20% chance to craft an item for free. This one I like to keep just because when I'm making ammo or I'm making grenades or something like that, you can get some for free. Cost Optimization to reduce the component cost of crafting items by 30%. And under the engineering tree, we're once again only taking the perks that affect our tech weapons. However, on this build, due to the inherent lower critical chance of rifles, to get a more solid 100% crit chance, I went ahead and threw Lightning Bolt on here for 10% critical chance with tech weapons. Then we have Tesla to increase the charge multiplier for tech weapons by 55%. Ubercharge, fully charged tech weapons deal 50% more damage. Up to 11 to allow us to charge tech weapons to 100% capacity. And of course, Superconductor, tech weapons ignore armor. I would also recommend getting a single point into Revamp. Alright guys, now let's check out the Chrome, the Cyberware. We're going to be running Mechatronic Core. That's going to increase damage to the drones, mechs, and robots by 50%. Then I'm running Heal on Kill so that every time you kill somebody, 10% health is restored. Got the Epic Kuroshi Optics with 3 slots here. And they've got Trajectory Analysis, 3 of those in them, so that we've got a 150% increase to damage to the head. Feedback Circuit instantly restores 10% health every time you discharge a fully charged weapon. Very awesome on a tech related build. Micro Generator to give off an electroshock whenever your health drops to 15%. Tyrosine Injector, this is honestly just a filler. Shock and Awe, after taking damage, there's a 10% chance of releasing an electroshock. Metabolic Editor, poison effects cause you to regenerate health instead of taking damage. Then we've got our maneuvering system to allow us to perform dodges in midair. This is very, very handy for combat maneuverability as well as the glitched quick running that you can do in combination with the double jump. Then we've got our Kerenzikov. Honestly, don't use that too much on this build. grounding plating, immunity to shock, heat converter. When affected by burn, instead of receiving damage, you deal 10% more damage. Subdermal armor to increase armor by 200. We've got our reinforced tendons to allow us to get that double jump. And I'm using the projectile launch system. You can use whatever legendary arm equipment you want to use, however make sure that you have the crit chance increasing mod. Smart link on the hand, just because there's nothing really better to use for tech weapons. Bionic joints to reduce recoil of ranged weapons by 12%. Synaptic signal optimizer for 20% more health. And as far as cyber decks go, I've been just sticking with the Raven Microcyber MK4. I only use ping, to be honest. All the other slots are up to you, but since you're not really an intelligence build here, you're just going to be tickling them with the other quick hacks, so just stick to pinging them and blasting them through the wall. The Raven Microcyber can be acquired pretty early, if a modest street cred requirement of 14, and you can get it from Dr. Chrome in Watson. So real quick here, I just want to show you guys again what you can do with the build here. You just ping the first enemy and it doesn't matter where you are, and you can just line up your headshots. Gun's a little shaky, but that's okay, you'll get used to it. Master the weapon, as they say. Oh, so sometimes when you get those really nice headshots of the robot. See, that was I think 2 million right there. So you'll sometimes get really high, awesome. See, 2 million. 2,500,000. So that's pretty good for pretty good if I do say so myself. And you can just quick fire, you don't have to charge it. The gun does so much damage that you're pretty much gonna one-shot anybody without even having to charge the weapon. And once your ping runs out, you've killed 5 people, so you've gained all your RAM back, and you can just ping them again. Oh, I killed someone who was innocent, I guess. Well, there you guys have it. That's the build in action, and once again, with this build, you're not going to be doing too much hacking. You can, of course, use the turning cameras off and stuff like that, but you do have high-tech skill for the doors and all of that kind of stuff. With the guns, you'll be, I mean, you saw it with your own eyes. You can hit north of 2 million damage, and I believe with even more points pumped out of crafting and into merciless, and with that 1 point in revamp, we may even be hitting around, you know, 3 million, almost 4. So that's not too bad. And if you guys like content like this, remember to like and subscribe. I'll be coming out with more build videos as well as guides for legendary equipment locations, so you guys can look cool and kick ass. I'll see you in the next one.